Crewe away. Gary, let's start with Carl Wootton. He's been with Scunthorpe since he was 10. Does that sort of tell you a lot about his character?
Yeah, I think it does. I think it tells you a lot about his ability as well, where if you're, every year you're getting assessed when you're a young player. Scunthorpe, I've always had pretty high hopes of their club, and it's just realising itself sort of around now, where they're on the verge of getting into the championship. So he's, I'm sure that I know they like him a lot, and it does show about his character. As in, he's obviously loyal, but every now and again you need to get yourself out there, which he has done, and get some games in. And we're happy to take him on as competition to our other presence striker.
And also, you've got Dan Holman having scored in his last game as well, so competition really hotting up front.
Yeah, you've got Diego, you've got Billy as well, so you can't have enough forwards. They've all got to compete. Forwards like to play every week, of course, because the law of averages says that if they're playing every week, they're going to score some goals. But I need more than just goals. I want them making goals. I want them chasing back. I want them making tackles. I want them being a constant threat, is the words I always use about a striker. And sometimes, with all the games you've got, second half of the season, you can't always have the same striker doing all those things, because it'll kill him. So you need the numbers to make sure that people can have a rest when they need them.
Do you expect any more movement in or out before the window ends? And I suppose if there is, has it now got to be permanent?
Well, as we speak, no. But there's a lot of agents now working very hard to get some of their players last-minute clubs. Some that might have kept their options open and have started panicking because it's only till Tuesday. But it probably won't be a loan, because we've now got our 5 loans, unless I really think it's necessary. If you have 6 loans, you've got to keep leaving 1 loan out of the squad every week. So if a permanent comes along and we think that he will improve the squad and someone who's for the future, then I'll look at that. But we'll have to wait and see.
How's the mood in the squad been since Saturday's late disappointment?
We rose the mood. Rose, is that word? We rose the mood?
Raised,
yeah, that's right, yeah. Raised the mood.
Easy for you to say.
We raised the mood, there you go. Straight away, really, because once we do our stuff on the review, that's when the lads put a full stop at the end of that game. I always make them do that, because we tell them what went well, we show them that, we show them what didn't go so well. But a lot of things went well. And certainly the stat that you're not happy about is that they've scored 2, we've only got 1. But the rest of the stats that put you in good stead for when you do start getting an end product, or more of an end product than the opposition, were very good. We had great possession, we had lots of opportunities, lots of crosses, lots of people getting first in both penalty boxes, although 2 goals for them were them getting onto it first. But no, we was, other than the result, we was pleased with our performance. So we can train with a smile on our face, knowing that actually the last 3 or 4 performances have been okay.
And versus Crewe this season, your performances and your results have both been very good. They're under new management now, of course, but how much change do you expect from them as you sort of look to make it a treble over them?
Well, I very nearly joined their manager because he's a player at Gibraltar, and when the Gibraltar job came up, I was one that I was thinking about, and I spoke to Artel, and he was pushing me to take over because my mum's Gibraltarian, so it was a bit of a fit, to be honest, as far as a good fit, because somewhere I know, and etc. etc. And we had quite a few chats at that time, and I wish him well in a new job, because he's a good lad, he's a good coach, and he will get them sorted out. Hopefully, not before Saturday. So we'll probably be talking about the Gibraltarian team between us at first or after the game. We've got to be careful because I know we beat them twice, and we beat them because we put in a real good effort, and there was a lot of skill, a lot of tactical stuff going on, and we're going to have to do the same because they're not a mug team, that's for sure, and I'm sure he'll get them sorted out as soon as he can.
But against Crewe, their history, the way they play, is there almost more opportunity for you to play as well?
Yeah, I think we are playing at the moment. I don't think anyone can accuse us of not playing, judging from the amount of passes that we've had over the last few games, completed passes, shows me that we're right up there at the moment as far as keeping possession and playing football.
Injuries and illness, everyone okay? Obviously Jordan Cranston and Alex Pike were struggling last weekend.
Yeah, there was a bit of illness in the camp. The YTS boys were struggling a little bit as well. So we had a few lads that were ill, but touch wood, they've all come back now, and we've had a clean bill of health from yesterday. So we've got a good run, 3 or 4 days to the game.
And Harry Pell back from suspension as well. How much does that just add to your options of, being able to put out perhaps what might be on paper your strongest midfield? Yeah,
well, nobody really knows what our strongest midfield is. The team, or the strongest team, is the team that just won the last game. If and when we win it, because they're the ones that have earned it. But at the moment, I can sort of like chop and change a little bit, whether it's tactically or just to give other people a go. At this time, I can do that, but it won't be much. But of course, Harry coming back is a big plus for the squad.
Thank you, good luck.
No problem.
Are you looking forward to playing on their pitch with this new team? People like Carl Winchester, Alex Pike, and
Are you having a go at our pitch?
it's been in the news recently. I shall ask you about what's happened in a moment. But it's a big old flat, nice pitch. You played really well there in the FA Cup.
I think the boys will be looking forward to getting on it. That's for sure. And we've actually done well with our passing on a poor pitch. So it stands to reason that we should do even better on a good pitch. I think we've not talked about it really. We're just going to go. It's the mental state of the players and the actual the will to win, and then everything else should be superficial. Whether it's cold, raining, windy, good pitch, bad pitch. We can't go there with a preconceived idea of everything's hunky-dory because it might snow, might rain, might do anything. Do you know what I mean? So we've got to go with the attitude that, listen, we've got to win the game, whatever facility we have.
On the flip side, obviously, your pitch next season should be a bit better because there's only one team playing on it. Are you looking forward to having that where you have a whole season where it doesn't deteriorate as much?
Yeah, it's no secret. I've not made a secret of it, and that's no disrespect to Gloucester. They've had to play somewhere. It's worked for them, probably worked for our club as well financially, sort of thing. But it did become a problem because when we put in the new pitch, it wasn't a pitch that could sustain whatever it was, 50, 60 games a season. And as you can see, now it's had the same amount of games about as it would have done if there was only one team on it. But with only one team on it now, or from next season, it gives the groundsman who does a fantastic job, Matt and his dad Jim, they're fantastic. Just for most clubs have 10 people like them, so we're like a pound shop a little bit with that side. I think that's all they get paid, and not even. Where they're working morning, noon and night because of the amount of pitches here at the training ground as well, and that pitch takes some looking after. So that's a big thing. They've done fantastic, so they should be our biggest signings for next season to keep them. And they've been unlucky that their pride has been hurt, not any fault of their own sort of thing. So no, it'd be good just to settle down. They've got then time with one team to spend time on the pitch. They'll have more time to get it right, get it ready, do whatever they got to do to make it look how they want it to look.
If we can go on a time machine back, 26 days to December the 31st, and I could have told you the names of the 7 that you would bring in, would you have been thinking, yeah, that's a really good January for us?
Yeah, because it's all relative. You know, we're not going to be bringing in a striker that's scored 30 odd goals already. Do you know what I mean? We was lucky last year that we were there ready in case there is one, because there was one last year in Dan Ullman, who'd scored his goals for Woking, but was looking to get into the full-time football again. So out of the people that are available and that we spoke to, I've been really pleased with our pulling power for whatever that is, whether that's me, whether it's the club, whether it's whether it's Cheltenham, whatever it is. We've managed to entice under competition some good players and some players for the future as well. You know, in Will Boyle signed long term, Winchester signed long term. They'll all get better, and of course we're keeping our eye out for future signings as well for the future.
Did you almost arrange that game at Luton on Tuesday just to avoid the end of deadline phone calls, or you could have the phone on the bench?
Who did we play? We didn't play Luton, did we?
No, you got Luton
on
Tuesday.
coming
up on Tuesday
Oh.
on deadline day.
Oh,
so.
I see what you mean. Is that deadline day?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, I didn't arrange it, no. But it was arranged because of the FA Cup, wasn't it? So, but yeah, it's a good thing. It's been crazy. I swear on my life, if I ever write a book on January windows, just go and have a look at all the managers' faces and the bags under their eyes and how miserable they all are, because it's intense. You know, I'd just like to tell you that I'm only 24, and it's been unbelievable, because you for every one signing you make, and we've made 7.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and my missus threatens every year to go away for January, but I need her support.
I think last year you said you become an ogre. Is it worse this year because it is January and then nothing?
Well, and you're right, January and nothing, because every signing you make now, this is it. You know, you can't bring anybody in unless somebody's out of contract somewhere. You can't do the usual sort of short-term loans, which were massive for clubs like ours, where you got an injury, you would go and ring up one of your mates in the Championship, or your son, or your there's not many other people got sons in the Championship anyway that can help you, but that's what you would do, and then you'd get in a short-term loan, but you can't do that now. So unfortunately, most of the managers are going to have problems now with keeping too many staff on their books for fear of losing a few to injury and not having enough players. So you're going to have people that are going to be disappointed, because you're going to have players that are not even in the 18 on some weeks, and it's explaining to them, sorry mate, but I can't look after 22 players, but I need you all.
And finally, it obviously stands to reason. You just said that you think you have enough. You have what it takes with this group now to see you through to the end of the season and thrive.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, I think of course, it's not the more the merrier really, because it's the more problems you have. But you've got to have a confidence in the group that you've got, and I've got confidence in the group that I've got. And I've told them that. We've had a meeting about it, and I haven't seen anything to change my mind over the last 3 or 4 games. Leicester, Bradford, Accrington, and then Plymouth. I really haven't seen. I've seen what I wanted to see that I'd seen in my head. That if I put that group together, what I would get, and I'm getting that at the moment. I'm seeing it.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you.